Well, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you back for another fun episode of What the Hell Did I Drag In Today? And it's another fun territorial trading tractor retrieval. And it never really occurred to me, but I've never really shared my name on YouTube. Tyler. My name's Tyler Montgomery. So there you go. Yeah. And someday we'll make a video about the origins of territorial trading and all this fun stuff. But we drug, a quality one in today. And I mean, cherry. You can tell by the pack rat nest over there. And really, this is actually kind of a twofer. I bought two things off this place. First one I bought in April via auction time. And then, you know, while we were there, we were having a discussion, and it was a fun time. The first thing we'll just start with this. The first thing I bought back in April was this. It's an IH 3850 wheel loader, and you might have seen it in the background of some videos, but I hadn't really done anything with it yet. Didn't know if it ran nothing. These have a 282 diesel in them, Allison 2-speed automatic transmission, and really, I mean, it's got pretty good capacity for what it is. As you can see, I already bent both bale fork mounts trying to lift a little Ford and a Massey 44. So that was genius. But bought this on auction time. It was like 860 bucks. And truth be told, it had sold on auction time 4 times. 4. And I was the first person to ever actually show up and pick it up. It had been paid for 3 times before me, and the guys hadn't retrieved it. Truthfully, the guy I bought it from, he or through auction time, told me one guy bought it twice and never came and got it either time. So he got paid for that thing 4 times. And I know for a fact I was runner-up bidder on it one other time before and decided I didn't need it. But it was out at Herndon. And really, truthfully, when I called to pick that thing up, the guy was mad. He was pretty mad at me because he didn't think it brought enough money, which I knew it had sold at least twice before on auction time, so we'd got some money out of it. But I mean, yeah, 860 bucks, but it was sold non-running and had bubbles in the radiator, it said, which I don't know. I've got it running now, and I was going to do a will it run video, got sidetracked, threw a battery in it last 2 weeks ago, and it just ran. And so whatever, but it was parked for like 15 years, which is hilarious to me, but really pretty handy little thing. But he was mad at me. He did not want to help me load. He did not want to help with much, and I didn't really know how to handle it. The auction time rep that listed it actually called me apologizing. I'm sure he got an ass chewing from this guy too. And offered to refund me, but I actually really wanted the stupid little wheel loader. So we went and got it. Dad and I took a trailer out, the bigger Titan tandem dually trailer, and we took that hooked to one pickup, and then we actually took I got somebody coming to talk to me. Dang. So when we went out there to pick them up, we took 2 pickups and a trailer, and we had the 10,000-pound winch on the front of my good dually that's over here, which that's a whole nother story for today. It's been an interesting couple weeks, but so I hooked up snatch blocks, took 2 snatch blocks, and we actually, because that big trailer doesn't have a winch on it, so I parked perpendicular at the front of the trailer with my other pickup, used a snatch block to make a 90 go back, another snatch block on the back end of that guy, and then we drug it on. He finally, when we, you know, he was much more calm when we got there and much nicer, and he was willing to use his Magnum loader tractor to lift up the front end of that so the loader didn't drag the whole way up the trailer, and we got it on. It was not fun. It was actually hard, and it's here, and I didn't actually think it would run and hadn't really had time to mess with it, and finally just said, I'll throw a battery in it. And I threw a battery in it and cranked, and it kind of had a little smoke, so I gave it like a 10-second short of ether because it's a tired old 282, and it lit right off essentially. And need to service it and get some pallet forks for it, but pretty cool deal. And yeah, we're back to towing with my 08 dually because I got sideswiped in Missouri last week after picking up a snowmobile. And pickup's mostly fine. I was like $7,500 worth of damage. Tore up a fender flare, left hand dual wheel, and ripped the mirror off the pickup. and I'll share some photos of that here. But back to the story with this. We were chaining down. I was still kind of mad at the guy for kind of being an asshole to me about getting everything picked up, as you know, want to do. But Dad got to talking to him, and Dad kind of made friends with him. They're about the same age, and Dad goes, well, you got any other international tractors you want to sell? He says, well, I got one down over by the old silo. And Dad goes, well, what is it? 1026 hydro behind me. Which when somebody says 1026, you perk up, because they didn't make that many of them. And yeah, I finished chaining down. Guy was, by that time, was in a real good mood. I was feeling better, and he hopped in my pickup. We drove down over the hill and looked at this lovely gem and made a deal on it. I have no clue if the motor's loose because, well, a little hard to get at here. We can pop that cover off in a minute and see. But yeah, it's 1970 model 1026 hydro. As you can see, another lovely loader tractor and another lovely cab that I get to take off. But I don't believe it's a gold demo. We can make 100% sure on that, but I don't think so. But 6-bolt front hubs. I mean, it's ordered kind of weird. In my opinion, we can talk about that more once it's down off the trailer. Grill's missing a couple bars. I don't have the side panels. Sucks, because those are pretty specific component, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll get this thing down. Loader's pretty much scrap iron, as usually has a tendency to happen. My pack rat nest starter is currently not bolted up, which is not heartwarming, but that's okay. We can figure that out. Yeah, 18-438 on the back that I don't. Nope, not full of fluid, and it's a fast hitch tractor. 2 PTO or dual PTO, 2 remotes. I think this is an Excel. Yeah, Excel cab up there. But yeah, we need to get it down and see what we got. I can already tell the whole underhood's a pack rat nest, and the whole cab interior is a pack rat nest, which I'm not excited to deal with. But we go get the bi-die over here, get chains off this thing, and we'll get her back down on the ground, and we can look at it closer, grab a bar, and see if this thing would somehow happen to bar over. I see I have a line unhooked here, so that's not exactly heartwarming at all. But yeah, we'll just see. That didn't come down too bad. I've had a lot worse. Yeah. There was a bucket there he said he had for it, but we didn't go looking for it because I didn't really care. because I kind of just assume this loader is probably scrap iron unless somebody says otherwise, or it's been welded on and braced on and things like that. But now we can look at this a little bit closer, and I got nestage, and not just a little bit of it, up under the hood of this thing, so we can pretty much just count on the hood having to come off of this, and that's okay. Still has an IH muffler on it, which would be Pacific to 1450, 610, 26, 1256, and might also fit a 1206, so that is cool. Just has the normal front end underneath it. That spindle nut and arm are welded on that side, normal. Same story on this side, again, normal. Front end otherwise doesn't look busted up or welded on, which is a miracle because they were using it to move bales, big square bales and stuff, like 2 or 3 at a time. Yeah, 6-bolt front hubs, 11L, 15 implement tires on the front. Who knows if that's original. Serial number is number 8770, Farmall F1026. Wiring looks scary. We will try not to use too much of that. Like I said, missing those sheet metal pieces on each side, and I did ask him, and he said if he finds them he'll get a hold of me, but yeah, just hard to tell. Yeah, I would have to drop the loader off this thing, which really isn't that bad. You just undo that clamp bolt on the back, and anything that's plumbed in, and we can back up away from it. I believe there might be a bolt in here on the front somewhere. Doesn't really look like it. We should be able to back up and then lift the frame up a little bit and pull the tractor out from underneath it. So no big deal there. And then it'd be nice to get the whole cab out of the way, but obviously we gotta kind of clean the cab out first, I would say, wouldn't you? I'm really not looking that forward to that deal. But should have the normal open station platform underneath it, which is an asset for this project nonetheless. Back end pretty dirty, greasy, grimy, not unexpected. How do they have this loader plumbed? Should be another remote plugged in. So it's unplugged right now. That explains that. Yeah, not a lot to report here on the back end. Fast hitch sucks. It's got big cast weights on the back, but no fluid, which is awesome. No fluid to fight. Makes this thing a little bit lighter. I see a hydraulic seat here. PTO lever inside the cab, which would be about right for having a cab on it rather than the one that comes off the rear. Somebody swapped that stuff out. Tachometer says 8369 up there. There's no keys in it. Looks like the key might be broke off. Yeah, I don't know a lot else to say in here directly. Besides, I got to clean this out before I can learn anything else. Essentially, I do see I'm missing the cover down there between the pedals, and that white stripe is bent around, which is no major deal. I can rob one off an 856. Normal loader tractor things here on the back end. You know, it's got twine for seals, which tells you about how long this thing's parked. It's got twine and not so much net wrap on it. Just a weird little indicator there. If you think about it, it makes sense. Need to get rid of this fast hitch adapter junk on the back too, because it is in my way. Yeah, it's got like a Goodyear 18438 on this side and an Armstrong on that side. Wish they were both Armstrongs. They look a lot better. Back over here, yeah, more shit in the cab. Broken glass. Don't really care. We'll rip all this cab stuff off. I'm sure it's not that many bolts holding the cab down, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Fleet guard filters don't look that terribly old. He said it might have been parked 15 years, and I don't know. He seemed like a fairly trustworthy fellow. It has oil in it, and it's not over full. It's actually under the ad, which really is better than being way over full, probably. Your normal Rusa pump down there, and Lord knows if that's good. There is no radiator cap. That is mildly concerning, but one would think all the water would have pretty much evaporated out of that for a long time if it had been rained on. Missing the it doesn't have the big turbo pre-cleaner. unfortunately. So that kind of sucks. Yeah, missing a couple bars off the grill. Kind of looks like it's been drove over once to me, which happens. It really does. Damn, that thing's not very well attached, actually. That'd be like a pretty bad deal if I lost that. But I do have another grill. It's not quite as pretty plating wise, but has all the bars in it. So that's okay. DT 407 under here. Yeah, we're gonna have to lose all this. But I was thinking, I grabbed the tools to do it here. Let's pop this cover off and just find out, you know, maybe we'll get lucky and this motor will be loose. I can dream, right? Notice the fuel is shut off here, because that's the fuel feed to the filters, so I'll have to turn that back on. Yeah, it's the steering that is unhooked right there, which is odd. We can hook it back up, see what happens. I don't know. He said he parked this because he was having problems getting parts for it, which is, I mean, believable maybe 20 years ago. I don't know, maybe he just didn't want to go anywhere besides his dealer for parts too. Oh, there's two remote levers in there. You can barely see them. You can't see any of the 3-point controls currently. Lovely. Okay, that cover is off. Get this timing indicator out of the way. I'll set you guys up right over here. And you can watch and see, I guess. I don't know what's gonna happen here. I hope it's loose, but oh my, it is actually like very, very loose. Yay, like this will probably run if the injector pump is still good. Just depends how bad the diesel is in it. And if it runs, that sure helps me make the sale here, and we're gonna get a will it run video out of this, essentially, I think. So that is great, actually, that it turns over. I'm gonna stop there. As much crap is on top of the motor and in the fan and stuff like that, we gotta stop. And I really just gotta clean this whole ordeal out. But massive, that's pretty massive considering what I paid for this. That helps move this deal along. But I think we're gonna stop and start working to take the hoods and stuff off, and we'll see how bad it is underneath there. And really, I could move my pickup and trailer out of the way, and we can see about getting this loader out of the way too, because it's coming off one way or another. You ready for the next fun little obstacle that's gonna be no fun and I need to go find a respirator for? Yeah, just a little pack rat nest, you know, just a small one. Yeah, we're just gonna stop here. I'm gonna put the exhaust and air cleaner stack back on. We're probably gonna walk away from this for the day, or I might try to pull a loader off still. I don't know. I'm gonna let this air out. But one last little thing I love to do, just to see how long it's been since a tractor ran, or how well cared for or serviced something was. Look at the air filter. You get a date on it. So ready? Oh my. That is 1980 IH air filter. Yikes. Okay, what's the one behind it look like? 1979. Sheesh. Okay, well, life goes on. At least they're not full of stuff, right? It's not that heavy. Yeah, we're gonna put that cover back on. And I forgot to look at something here that's mildly important. Nope, not a gold demo. So that conversation's over. It's a 1970 model year. It's the right year to be a gold demo. And I mean, like, odds are good on a 1026, better than a lot of other things by a long shot. But yeah, put that cover back on and then see about getting the bolts loose on the back end of that loader. And maybe just maybe we'll get this thing to slide off today. I don't know. Not gonna work out of that hard. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot to mention this sinful act too. Torched axles. I mean, at least I didn't cut them short, but they are cut off. You could maybe still get duals on this thing if you slid them in though. So they might have been the big 120-inch wide ones too. You just don't know. Just totally forgot to mention that. on this deal. Not the end of the world if you care enough. I've already got like 4 or 5 messages of people wanting to buy this thing, so I don't know. We'll see what I do and go from there. All I know is I don't want to haul this thing to Missouri or anything like that because, well, my collision rate in Missouri is not good currently. So yeah, I guess loader bolts on the back. Let's delete on them. So the 5/8, yep, or 15/16 on a 5/8 bolt. Yep, we'll buzz those off now. Almost forgot to set up a camera. We got her partially backed off. I'll get you guys set up here to watch because it's important, right? Another successful territorial trading loader removal. Still got to take mounts off the front, but that's easy. It's like 4 bolts on the front mounts. Actually, really easy loader to take off. Have to keep that in mind. I still scrapping this thing. It's probably clapped out. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts on each side, and it's on the ground. I'm gonna put the air cleaner stack and the exhaust back on it, and we'll call it a day. We'll work on nest removal and cab removal later, tomorrow maybe, just depends. I don't know. I got other things to retrieve too, so yeah, we'll see. This is good though, progress. Well, I brought a couple trash cans with me this afternoon. I just got done retrieving something that's over there on the trailer, and we just will get back to this mess. Don't really want to try to start it, work on anything further without getting all this off, which means pretty much gonna have to just dump it all in there. Same with what's in the cab. Hopefully these 2 are enough. If not, yuck. And then I probably need to take like a air compressor and blow all of that mess off. And I still don't know why the starter isn't on the tractor, so we'll have to cross that bridge. I mean, it's there, but it's not bolted up, so I don't quite understand that yet. But yeah, this should be, oh, just great fun. So we'll start, we'll see how full these are when I'm done. Okay, we got this trash can over here pretty full. Got some on the ground, that was unavoidable. That trash can there is pretty full. I got clean around the motor as much as I can, need to blow it out. I was looking at the cab here, and the floor pan is separate from the cab, so there's just 4 bolts. And then there should be like rubber seals in right here. Well, those are gone naturally. So the cab, actually, I took the bolts loose on all the isolators. So I should just be able to come in here with the forks on the bi-die and lift this cab up now. I've cut all the wires and things like that. Only thing really, it's not a big concern. Just got to get up a little bit and back up so we're not catching right there, but I can see that. But it'll help clean this thing off a lot and make it a lot easier to deal with cleaning too. So with that, set camera up and go grab a bi-die, and let's get this cab out of the way and off of here. Well, that is better. Still got to clean off this stuff. I thought the floor pan was missing for a minute, but there's like a drop down here so it bolts to the edge of the floor pan. I hope the original floor pan is still up underneath there. It should be. Yeah, it is. It's just missing the extensions for, like, if it was a fender tractor, there'd be extensions right there in that L shape, but that's okay. Minor. We can keep cleaning this off, and a little bit closer to being able to test to see if this will run. Still no guarantees. It's like I need to pull. I mean, this whole thing I'm sure is like clearly not that bad underneath there, but it's just nasty. So it's gonna take a little bit, but it's off. We didn't tear anything up besides the cab, so don't really care. We got to keep doing this. We're not that far from done here. Besides, like, I gotta blow this off, and I want to put the exhaust in the air cleaner stack on. Make sure I don't get anything down in that before I clean it. It is humid out again. It rained a little bit, like sprinkled this morning, so just constant humidity through the whole month of August, essentially. Yeah. And that's as cleaned off as it's gonna get today. I need to fire up an air compressor and blow everything off really good and hook up a starter, battery cables, see what happens. We're gonna let it just sit here and maybe sift off some stuff now that I broke a lot of crap loose, and deal with it tomorrow maybe, or this weekend or sometime. I don't know, we'll see. But better progress, that's what matters, I suppose. But yeah, I am hot, sweaty, and tired, and got other things to do, so we'll get back to this, but making progress. I do want to hear this run. I don't know if it's actually going to move, but a guy can hope. It'd be really cool if it just even moved. It helps sell it. Excuse me. If you got the side panels that go right here, get in touch with me. Even if they're off a 1256, 1456, they're the same, but I don't have a set, which is way unfortunate, but life goes on. It has now been 2 or 3 days since I have really messed with this thing. I did come out earlier, a little bit before lunch, with Leo, and blew as much of this junk off as I felt like needed to come off. It still could be better, but at least now we can see what we're dealing with. The starter, need to dig out some crap from underneath that, so it sits flush. I see this line obviously goes right there, which was no big deal to figure out. This one here that was not hooked up, and I was struggling to figure out with where it goes, actually goes up underneath the steering column, right down there. Well, that's been unhooked for a bit, and is upward, so kind of not the fuzziest feelings as to whether or not there's moisture in the transmission, but I suppose it did also sort of kind of have a cab over it, so maybe we're not too bad off. There is actually, I had this blown off not that long ago, man. There's a lot of crap around this thing. There is oil in the transmission. Do not love the color of it at all, but yeah, it's not over full, but that's an interesting color oil. And we know we have engine oil in it, don't know about coolant in it. But yeah, I need to get this line shoved back up in there and attach the one on this side and get the starter bolted back up again. And I already can tell this line stuff's gonna be a bit of a cursing session, so I'm gonna shut the camera off, get those bolted up, get the starter bolted up, get battery cables hooked up good enough to run. We can short across from here to that solenoid engagement stud, and yeah, maybe this thing will fire up today. It does have over half a tank of fuel in it. I just don't know. We're just gonna have to try it and see. The throttle linkage is unhooked here, which is unfortunate, but we can kind of set it to where we want. Probably kind of just set it in the middle, but that's kind of froze up. I sprayed it down, but we kind of probably just need to pull the cover off the column too, and that's kind of where we're at. That's where we stand currently. Oop, the brakes are like kind of gummed up too, because they're nasty. I mean, this thing was just parked not the greatest. Let's go with that. But I'm gonna get these lines hooked up and starter on, and whenever we're ready to crank this thing, I will let you know. Okay, Got those two lines hooked up. That was less of a fight than getting the starter in, but who's really surprised there? Essentially, we're down to me chunking a battery in this. Get this somewhere around half throttle. I don't even know. We can go through and bleed injectors here in a little bit. Just need to put a battery on it and crank. Essentially, I am using absolutely zero of the tractor's actual wiring. I just have positive and negative battery cables hooked up. I will short across the starter right up under there and see what happens. So I'm gonna get a battery on it, get it tightened down, and you guys hang on and watch, I guess. We shall see what happens. I have no idea what is getting ready to unfold, essentially. My biggest fear is just massive leaks everywhere, honestly. Find something to use as a sacrificial starter. Oh, Lou. I don't know, it should crank, but I don't know about starting, right? Looks like I might be changing out the starter, unfortunately. It might just start and run. Another screwdriver here. It's a double contact to start this one, evidently. Not the first time I've seen that. Just need another piece of sacrificial metal. That'll do. Whatever this metric flange bolt is. Probably something off a John Deere combine would be my assumption. I think we blew a line. Woo! Okay. It runs though. Oh, my pickup's coated in yellow oil. Oh. And I don't know if something's deadhead in here, something's plugged somewhere. Oh my. That got messy fast. Which line are you? That's not quality oil. Oh, yeah. Okay, that wasn't what I would call ideal by any means. Yeah, we we ruptured that line right there. It started up like it had run a year ago, not 20. It had been sitting for 20. That's what I was told, but the line we popped, we can put a new hose on that pretty easy, but it doesn't look like it was that good. We can put a new line on that. But it is the one I just actually hooked up, so it has me fearful. I never even hooked that clamp up. Might just been an old line as things were pressuring up. You just don't know on something like this. My fear is that something on this line in here is plugged up because, well, it was unhooked for 20 years. But it ran. Yeah, I am thinking we might bypass this cooler here just for today. I can take this line here, loop it over to this other one. We don't need the cooler. We're not going to run it that long. Just to see if it will fire up and run. That is some nasty oil. Wow. Woo. Okay. It ran though. We know it'll run motor-wise, and things we're trying to pressure up. I'm going to grab a pair of pliers, which I think Leo was playing with those in the back seat earlier. I thought, yep, right there. It just absolutely erupted that line. Did you see my pickup? Yeah, that was dumb. Had my door open. Oh, lovely. It's about the second time I've done that in the last year. Should have known. I think we'll just try to loop that line there and try this again. It started. I had to kill it myself, but just the fact that it ran is amazing to me. Come on, I gotta sit you guys down maybe to get this. It's wanting to turn on the backside. Yeah, that I don't think that hose was real good. I'm pretty sure I have more of this hose out of the farm from working on a friend's 826. So I'm gonna run out and grab that. And we'll just replace both lines here maybe. I don't know. That was something. Whew. Okay. It runs. That's successful. The hydro side of this things I don't have a ton of faith in, truthfully. But just have to see too, because you just don't know. But I'm gonna run out, see if we got some of this line. I think what I've got's red, but we'll do the same thing, replace both of those lines there. I don't know what this one does. It has no return, it's just a feed, so hard telling. Obviously that line's no good. We didn't rupture either of these over here. We didn't rupture this one over here. I didn't even have a hose clamp on, so I mean, I thought we would have had more problems. These have been replaced. If they were factory, they'd still be red. But I don't know. We'll go get those lines and hopefully I got enough to replace them today. Really tickled it ran. I really am. And it didn't run for very long, so I didn't get to learn much, but it ran nonetheless. It's time for round one now. I replaced the line that blew. So besides that, we can replace this other one if it blows out. I don't know. I don't know how much I care about this thing. I was gonna keep it around until, well, that thing showed up, and yeah, things evolved. But I'm gonna again set you guys up. You can watch whatever chaos is about to happen, because I don't know what's gonna happen here. So we blew another line off because I loosened that one and forgot to tighten it. That's okay. That's okay. That I can correct. Oh man, I'm dumb sometimes. I was gonna replace that line, then I changed my mind, and well, you can see how well that went. Where'd that yellow screwdriver get to? I don't know why it died there, but fuel shut off. That's why it died there. Why the fuel was shut off, I don't know. Hopefully we can bleed that back out without too much drama. This thing really could use a bath now. I could use a bath now. Try again? I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Not blowing oil everywhere yet. We're just gonna let it sit here and idle. Got 53 pounds of oil pressure. We also have an oil leak. Yeah, see if we got any bearing. I think the hydro is it neutral-ish? Motor sounds good. Probably go find some coolant. We also have an oil leak the oil pressure gauge. It moved for a second there, but I think that's because the hydro might have sort of kind of fallen, like the range transmission before the hydro had kind of sort of fallen in gear. That's a mess. This is not really currently doing anything, and I think it's because of this right here being kind of stuck. So we need to tap on, or clean it out around that guy and then tap on it. See if we can get it freed up. And other problem is they added an aftermarket oil pressure gauge here, and well, the line has gone bad. So that'll be a Monday problem. Today's Sunday, in case you didn't know. It runs. That is good. The motor sounds really, really good, actually, for something that sat as long as it has. Try to dig out around this. I assume up is one direction and reverse is the other direction. But yeah, it's got scale around it right there, so we need to clean out around this. Spray it down good and tap on it with a hammer. It's probably gonna leak. But there's a seal in that, I would assume. If Hers Hydro is watching this, I'm sorry. But this tractor's been parked for a long, long time. And yeah, if somebody buys this, you're probably gonna see it in the future. So there's your disclaimer, right? Yeah, I'm gonna spray that down and then tap on it a little bit, tap it up and down or something. Because got no movement right now. I'm gonna set you guys down, we'll get that freed up and try this again. Well, I wouldn't say things are going good. Yeah, that thing, the linkage there kind of broke. But yeah, I'm just gonna stop here. I really truly am. I didn't buy this tractor to keep and should probably stop messing with it before I make it worse. I will probably still strip the cab, left of the cab parts, what's left of the cab parts off of it. You heard it run, so that's pretty good. I'll get the loader mounts out of the way. Obviously, we blew a cooler line and made a mess of everything, and it just needs a serious deep clean. And I'm probably actually going to take it to the farm and just winch it on, take it to the farm, give it that deep clean before it leaves. But I don't know. This tractor I did not buy to keep, and so I'm gonna make it somebody else's, essentially, because people are always on the hunt for these 1026 hydros. There's just not a lot of them out there to find. Harder to find than like a normal 1456 row crop. So just gonna let her go as she sits. Whoever buys this thing is probably gonna take it straight to Hers Hydro in Washington, Kansas, and just have it gone through. The motor sounds good, but the hydro, all of that, I would say, it just needs work, and that's gonna be what it is. But yeah, I think we're gonna sell this tractor for $67.50 as it sits through YouTube, social media. Otherwise, I think all other social media or anything else you see it for sale, it's gonna be $7,500. There you go. But we're just gonna let her sell. You've seen it. It runs, motor sounds good, but I mean, with these old hydros and stuff like this, whoever bought this anyway was gonna take it straight to Hers Hydro and have it gone through, or somebody that knows hydros and have it checked out. So that's just what it is. But there you go. Price on it $67.50. Runs, needs a lot of other work. Still a cool tractor, you just don't get to find it every day. But I'm gonna end this one before I make this any worse or tear up any more stuff. It's gonna be somebody else's. But you guys, if you want it, reach out to me through any of the social medias at @TMontyIH, website territorialtrading.com. You can get a hold of me through there. Email is in the description. But if you guys want to support the channel, support more fun projects like the 1456, like that 806 LP right there, like anything else we're into, that's the story. You can join the Hams Beer Club, $4.99 a month. It helps buy beer, things to drown my sorrows for problems like this. But you guys take care, have a good one. Go drag something out of the weeds, just like this 1026, and get it running.